Hello and welcome to the Hawk's Nest on this splendid Saturday, February 8th. I'm Will Shukri, joined here by my broadcast partner, Zach Benoit. And Zach, it's what we've all been waiting for. It's the playoffs, the crossover round specifically, as the top-seeded Humber Hawks take on the 8th seed out of the Eastern Conference, the Seneca Sting.
Yeah, it should be a good one, and not only is this the low seed Seneca Sting, but we got some old Humber royalty in the building with this Seneca Sting team. Assistant coach Jaden Milne, who, I mean, around these parts, he is a Humber Hawks legend, and then you can't forget about their leading player, Buffy Congolo, who also has been sensational all year long. And those two players, they make the return back to the Hawks Nest, just donning now those red Seneca jerseys. But partner, let's take a look here at the standings for the West Division to see how we got here after the long year.
So you can see Humber 16-2. Their bid for a perfect season ended in the second last week of the season, but 50 sets won and only 12 dropped. That number is the best in the OCAA. And now the other side, the Eastern Conference, you can see Seneca at the bottom of the playoff picture, 6-12, just 24 sets won, so less than half of Humber's here. And that's the tail of the tape here. We're going to turn it over to our PA.
So just quickly though, if you are new to the OCAA, and you don't understand how the playoffs work and the crossover matches work. Again, if it's your first time tuning in, you're watching the men's team who, again, they've dominated all year long. The top seed in the West plays that bottom seed in the East, and then it's vice versa. That's the crossover match, and that's how it rolls. So that's something to keep an eye out for, this Humber Hawks team. Like you mentioned, Will, fantastic all year long. They have been electric. One of the best in the OCAA, if not the best, and should be a good matchup.
That it will be. Humber looking to punch their ticket to the Final Four. And we see Taven Blackmore snacking on his customary pregame gummies.
And he's not out. He's just an outside hitter. That's what that is. He is playing in today's game. Don't you worry.
That's an important distinction to make.
Distinction.
For today's crossover playoff matchup between the visiting Seneca Stings and your Humber Hawks. It's time to welcome your officials for the game. First referee, Ryan McDoom. Second referee, Jennifer Adams. And the line judges are Lucas Felice and Brian Fu. It's time to welcome the starting lineups for both the teams. Firstly, for the Seneca Stings. Leading off from Scarborough, a 6'2", playing right side, number 1, Josh Pereira. From New Delhi, India, is a 6'3", setter, number 6, Himanshu Galot. From Toronto is a 6'4", playing middle, number 7, Uchenna Enoch. From Stouffville, 6'2", playing left side, number 9, Aiden Kilpatrick. From Brampton, a 6'5", playing middle, number 12, Buffy Congolo. And from Markham is a 6'2", playing middle, number 15, Mitchell Opeshansky. The libero for the game from Scarborough, a 6 foot, number 3, Kareem Padilla Small. The head coach for Seneca Stings, Matt Powell. All right, Hawks Nation, please welcome the starting lineups put together by the head coach, Wade Wilkins. Leading off from Toronto, a 6'3", playing middle, number 2, Nazir Francis. From Ottawa, Ontario, his outside hitter, number 6, number 4, Michael McAlpine. From from Markham, Ontario, a 5'11" center, the captain, number 5, Josh Nicholson. From Brampton, Ontario, a 6'3", playing outside, number 8, Kyle Gray Phillips. From Mississauga, Ontario, a 6'5", playing middle, number 11, Alec Loney. And from Ottawa, Ontario, a 6'3", playing outside, number 16, David Blackmore. The liberos for the game. Firstly, from Kharkiv, he's 6 foot tall, number 1, Mikhailo Saidov. And from Scarborough, Ontario, a 5'9", number 15, Alex Segi.
So there we go, folks, ready to go here in the Hawks' Nest. Seneca looking ready. You saw them cheesing at the camera during the introductions. And Humber, the last time we saw this team in action, it was the season finale, seniors night, a 3-0 sweep against Mohawk.
Fantastic seniors night, not only because I got a lot of candy, but because they had a fantastic seniors night. Again, 3-0, like you said.
And we are ready to go here in the Hawks' Nest. Josh Nicholson starts us off. That's handled by Seneca. Oh my, good block right away. Alec Loney and Michael McAlpine. Seneca's Josh Pereira trying for the kill there. Good blocks from Humber. Seneca set up, another good block from Loney. Blackmore, Nicholson, back set to McAlpine. Great kill from Humber right away.
And that's that big lefty McAlpine on that far side. He came in, I talked to him in the hallway before the women's game, and he said, I said, how you feeling today? He's like, I'm a little bit sick, just getting over something. So it might be the flu game we're watching here from number 4.
And another big block from Alec Loney. Number 11, already 3 on the day. Just 3 points into the set.
Alec Loney, a consummate professional really throughout his entire career as a Hawk. And fantastic job done, 26 blocks in the season.
Just a blooper over the net there from Nicholson. And winding up is Josh Pereira. And he'll get Seneca on the board as the ball deflects off of the Humber blockers up front. And I want everyone to look at number 12 there. Buffy Congolo, a Humber legend. There's the serve. Dug by Blackmore. A long set cross court for McAlpine. Up for Pereira, tries to go over the net. That's gonna go off of the antenna, Humber's point.
Yeah, Buffy was here on this Humber Hawks squad years ago.
Won a provincial title with Humber in 2022.
He was on this squad, I remember that. I was one of my first years here.
He probably called that playoff. Taven Blackmore now. Oh my, what a serve. That's set up, and Alec Loney, pure dominance in front of the net, my goodness. As Alec Loney leaving Seneca speechless. That time it was Himanshu Galat who was stuffed by the big man. Blackmore, first in aces per set. My goodness, that one just goes wide. And Zach, the power that Taven Blackmore gets on those serves.
Special is the only really word you can use for it.
That'd be scary.
To go back to Kungolo, though, in his 2 years with the Humber Hawks, he appeared in 9 matches, 14 kills, and had 4 total service aces.
A little bit of miscommunication there from Sidoff and Blackmore. And now some more from Seneca as there's Pereira. And that one is going to go in favor of Humber. They say the blockers did not get a hand on it, went straight out of bounds off the strike from Aiden Kilpatrick. We'll take one more look at it here. Alec Loney serving now. 5th in service aces per set in the OCAA. And there's Kungolo, winds up. What a dig from Blackmore all the way back over. Set up for Kungolo again, and that one is long. So a quick 7-2 lead for Humber in this one.
And I've said it multiple times, Taven Blackmore deserves to be in that MVP conversation. He just displayed it right there. A guy that's not afraid to sacrifice the body. He does it right there, and he saves a point, gets a point for the Humber Hawks.
And Zach, let's take a little look back in time here as we see a little highlight reel of the season that was. These 2 men's and women's team going a collective 34-2.
Yeah, and what a fun year it's been really for volleyball. The Hawks dominant, just doing a fantastic job really all year long. You see, the net presence has been what impressed me the most all year long with this Humber Hawks team. It's just they're constantly pressuring at the net, not allowing anybody to get space, anybody to feel comfortable swinging, and then that's when they attack you with their kills, their high-octane power. It's been a good year.
And Zach, that is exactly what we've seen so far tonight as Alec Loney, 4 blocks for the big number 11 so far today. And we're just 9 points into this first set.
And we have a good old sign right out there in the crowd, and it doesn't say Taven Blackmore, it says 7 Blackboard. And if you're asking why the heck does it say that, our good, closed caption on YouTube, it doesn't pick up Taven Blackmore, it picks up 7 Blackboard, and that's okay. We still accept YouTube, it's okay. But it's Taven Blackmore. That is the name.
Alec Loney with the serve down. Kungolo with a nice little directional hit there. Kyle Gray Phillips with the strike. They're calling it inbounds. The first kill for KGP.
KGP, and that's a former teammate of Buffy. They're going to be going at it today.
Alec Loney serving his 2nd now. That's a bullet over the net, barely handled. And Kilpatrick's going to get a great strike on it, but it's going to go out of bounds. So Humber, 9-2 now, early on in this first set. And Seneca really struggling to keep anything in bounds. Loney with the serve now. That one's off the net, but dug by Seneca. Into the backcourt, good strike from Pereira. Kungolo now just tips it over the net. That one's dug by Loney. Oh my, what a set for Taven Blackmore. Free ball for Humber here. Set up for Francis, and the kill with emphasis. Nazir Francis, his first of the day.
Number 2, Francis, he's so good at those quick sets in the middle, and that's all because Josh Nicholson, when you have that chemistry between your setter and your hitter, it just makes the job so much easier.
Right into the wheelhouse. That serve just too hot. The dig goes straight off of the rafters, and Alec Loney serving what I believe is his 6th point here for Humber. There's the serve. That one's dug by Pereira. Set up for, it's Keller. Long set to Gray Phillips. My goodness, playing the angles on Buffy Kungolo. That one is going to go in favor of Seneca, unfortunately. So 11-3. And there's the service. That one's handled by Gray Phillips. Oh my, a long set there and a tough angle for Taven Blackmore. Just goes long.
And Blackmore, just so much power on his swings. If he does not get down on the ball, it is very difficult for him to keep it in bounds, just with how strong he is.
Mitchell Obashansky serving now. Gently over the net, handled by Gray Phillips. A fake set to Nazir Francis. Taven Blackmore with the finish, my goodness.
And that's what I said, you gotta get down on the ball if you're number 16, and look at this, what does he do? Right down from the backcourt, it's just electric.
A perfect angle, and here's Michael McAlpine now. Dug by Pereira. Set for Kungolo, strong blocks from Francis and Gray Phillips. A battle at the net there is gonna go in favor of Humber. Calling a net infraction on number 7, Uchenna Eno. McAlpine serving his second point now.
McAlpine McServing. I'm gonna use him as long as I can, partner. I don't know how many more games he has here.
Oh, this is true. A good dig over to Kilpatrick. And that one goes in favor of Seneca as Taven Blackmore goes flying into the Humber bench.
Not only did Blackmore go flying into the bench, but head coach Wayne Wilkins was the one that hit that ball, and he was trying to play it off as if Blackmore got there. Saying, go play it, but the ref saw that there was his little deceitfulness.
Some misdirection from Coach Wilkins, if you will. Buffy Kungolo. Good serve, just long though. Great take from the backcourt of Humber as that one was just wide by inches. Kyle Gray Phillips serving now. 16 service aces on the year. Strong serve, barely handled by Seneca, and that is going to be Humber's point. As the dig goes all the way wide in Humber's zone. So an interesting look for Seneca here. Josh Pereira seems to be taking most of the digs as opposed to libero Kareem Padilla-Small. There's Blackmore, and maybe a reason why is the attempted dig from Padilla-Small goes long out of bounds, and Taven Blackmore another point. It is 16-5 in this first set for Humber.
They're steam rolling right now, but it's just because they're playing a clean game. There's really no questions about it. Everything has just been textbook out of the Humber Hawks so far.
Yeah, we see so often OCAA volleyball, so many points lost due to errors, and so far Humber, the cleanest game I've seen from them so far this season, and there is an ace from Kyle Gray Phillips. Kyle Gray Phillips, his 17th service ace of the season. My math was tough there. 16 plus 1. 17-5, Humber leads.
Math's hard, man.
I'm a commentator, not a mathematician. And once again, the dig from Padilla-Small can't be handled whatsoever, and a timeout called by Seneca as a 13-point hole for the Sting.
Oh my good Lord. That's all you can really say. Oh my good Lord, they are not missing right now. Again, perfection really out of the Hawks early on.
Yeah, and that's really the word, and we don't have a tracking system for how many errors each team is committing here, but I'm not sure if I've seen one from Humber so far. I know there hasn't been a service error yet for the Hawks. I don't know if there's been a blocking error either. Very impressive play from Humber early on here.
Impressive is the least I'd say about it. It's just been
I'll pull out the thesaurus. I'll get better for
It's
you.
just been all around phenomenal because when you look at it, they're not only getting the job done on the offensive side, they're getting the job done on the defensive side, they're getting their job done everywhere on the court, and it's just been electric to watch.
That looks like pure domination so far. Seneca can't get anything past the Great Wall of Humber. And the Seneca Sting backcourt having a lot of trouble coping with the kills and the serves of the 16-2 Humber Hawks. Kyle Gray Phillips serving once again. of inches, 19-5 Humber.
KGP, man, been around for so long. Just when you want your vets to come through, and he's doing just that.
Riley Murray coming into the game for Seneca, subbing out Congolo, and that one way wide. Nice little play from Seneca head coach. Matt Powell.
Humber all on.
Good serve, dug by KGP. That one set back to Gray Phillips. Going to be called out of bounds, but a nice little play. Once again, Josh Nicholson, the offensive mastermind for Humber.
Deception, it's a scary thing, man. It's a scary, scary thing.
Aiden Kilpatrick serving now, number 9. It's a good serve, barely handled by KGP, but a great little set from Nicholson to Blackmore. McAlpine digs that one, and then Nicholson just over the nets responded, though. And then Blackmore just tips that off the hand of Himanshu Galat, the setter from New Delhi, India. Nazir Francis serving now. 15 service aces on the season for him. That one's dug by Kilpatrick, and Alec Loney with the high IQ play. Long arms, great finish.
Yeah, and that one, you said it was dug by Kilpatrick, but it was so much power on the serve, and it goes right back to the net, and it's an easy play for Loney.
Francis again, a high power serve. That one's a snipe just in bounds. Kilpatrick looks skyward as he comes up empty. Coming into the game for Seneca here is Harish Yoganathan. Coming out is Uchenna Enoch. Some great names on Seneca.
Fantastic. You mentioned it pregame. Still standing.
Makes our job a lot of fun, eh?
Of course.
And again, the blocks from Humber. This is dominance like I have not seen. My goodness. 23-7.
This is a statement. Early on in this playoffs, this is a statement for the Hawks saying they want to run into these playoffs. They want to go again and be champions once more.
They want to run into these playoffs and run through teams. My goodness, Seneca, the miscommunication as Riley Murray, freshly subbed in, just lets it go right between his hands. Let's see, one more look at the block there. Alec Loney, it's him. That's got to be his 6th of the day, and Nazir Francis, a 4-leaf clover in his pocket maybe, but so that is the first set. It's a Nazir Francis service ace that seals the deal for Humber. Just a blooper that catches the net and falls in front of the Sting.
That was a statement set out of the Hawks. I mean, everything was clicking for them. And they performed beautifully, really, on all facets of the game.
Parker, that was, what, a 15-minute set? It's 3:20.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe, I don't know. That was impressive, though.
So 25-7, unbelievable. The Hawks are soaring.
Speechless.
Yeah.
Impressive, just impressed. Really.
You know, it's our jobs to find words to describe this, and man, they're not making it easy on us.
Trying to find words, don't have the words for you. Can't lie, don't have the words for you.
Humber getting a little,
a
little gelatinous delivery to the bench here.
Gotta get the candy, you know?
Some sugar-coated sweets at the bench for the Humber Hawks. You can see it there. Share the love, share the love.
How do they stay hydrated and activated and any other word that ends in "vated"? Candy.
And let me tell you, if that second set goes anything like the first, we might see a lot more candy, as there's Matt Powell, ex-Humber assistant coach. And Zach, you mentioned earlier Jaden Milne, ex-Humber Hall of Famer, 2 CCAA provincial or national silvers, 3 provincial championships, 191 career kills. in the blue and gold.
I mean, he's been phenomenal. He was a phenomenal player for the Humber Hawks. One of the nicest people you'll ever really get to talk to if you get the chance. And man, he was just such a good player for Humber over the years. I was lucky enough to call games when it was, you know, the duo of him and Gomes. That was just an electric pairing.
And now Seneca is going to need every ounce of wisdom from Jaden Mill.
Get that wisdom from a guy that's been there. He's won it all.
He's been there. He's done that. So getting ready to start the second set here in the Hawks Nest. The first set was nothing but dominance for the Hawks. 25-7 was the final. And Seneca knows they need to be sharper in this one. The Sting need to challenge Humber's hitters. They need to challenge up at the net. And Aiden Kilpatrick will start us off here. From Stouffville.
Shout out Stouffville, Ontario.
There's the serve, Doug. There by side off, good. Awareness from McAlpine, and there it is, challenge at the net. First point is gonna go in favor of Seneca as Michael Opashansky gets the block on Alec Loney.
Opashansky coming through right there, big time, and that's a good step for Seneca. Get on the right path, get up early.
They started with a good serve from Kilpatrick. See if we get another one, that's a blooper. A good dig from KGP, and you saw the attempted pancake from Alec Loney. But a very different story, just 2 points into this second set so far.
Yeah, the cheering section, it might not be big for Seneca, but they have some fans that made the trip.
Including one standing on the seats very menacingly, if I do say so myself. So a service error there for Kilpatrick. He's gonna place the ball into the hands of Josh Nicholson. Gently over the net, that one's handled by Seneca. A long set and a great kill from Buffy Congolo, his first of the day.
That's the player you got to feed if you're Seneca. He's been your leading scorer all year long. He's been a guy that's just lethal at the net. And you got to just keep getting him the ball. Let him get settled. Let him get acclimated back in his old stomping grounds.
And I mentioned Congolo, his first kill of the game, but he's actually 10th in the OCAA in kills per game, so a little out of character here. Good save from Seneca there. Free ball for Humber. That's set up for Blackmore. Good blocks from Seneca.
We don't see that often. Blackmore had no blockers on him.
And still couldn't take advantage. A good play from the Sting as Josh Pereira serves his second point. Here's Pereira. That one is way long. Humber not moving a muscle as Segui comes in for side-off. And the best serviceman in Ontario, Javen Blackmore. Averages .62 service aces per set. And there's one there as once again the libero, Kareem Padilla-Small. No answer for the power of Humber.
So I don't know what's going on the bench over here. You can see it behind, but they have all surrounded Nazir Francis.
They have. Oh, is he cold? He's cold. He's cold. They're warming him up. They're warming him up. Once again, we don't have any fun at the Hawks Nest. No, not at all.
Oh, man. I don't know what was. He's just trying to get his legs warmed up. He's on the bike, and they're all swung around him.
So that point is going to go in favor of Seneca as here's Mitchell Obenshansky. One's dug by Loney. Blackmore sets it up for McAlpine. Oh my, what an angle for Michael McAlpine. gently over the net, drops it in between the defenders. High IQ.
Man. High IQ. I mentioned it in the last game of the regular season. He's a player that's grown and gone through some adversities, where he's starting in his rookie year to being on the bench in his second year. Now, this year, coming back, being a starter.
A real step forward.
Of course.
And a good dig from McAlpine there off the net. And Humber, we have a disagreement between the two line judges here. The line judge on the side of Seneca called it out of bounds. The line judge on Humber's side disagreed. And now a conversation between two officials at the net. You had a great view there from the HSN broadcast staff. And it's going to be Humber Hawks point. Maybe not the most dramatic one I've called tonight, but it counts nonetheless. So a 5-5 deadlock now in this second set, as the biggest arms in Etobicoke get ready to serve. Yeah, I've been sitting on that one for a couple of games, I gotta be honest, Zach.
I'm impressed. Good
serve from Loney. And that was a fantastic set from Kilpatrick, and a better finish from Uchenna Enoch.
I'm sure on the side of the Sting they're saying, ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. You saw the replay there. Really nice set right into the wheelhouse of Enoch. And here he is, Johnny Congolo. Set over to KGP, too easy for number 8.
KGP, man, oh, such a good job right there. You find the opening, you sidestep a little bit to avoid the wall, and you hammer one down. That's just classy play out of the number 8.
McAlpine, hard serve there, dug by Pereira. A good set, my goodness. That's gonna go in favor of Humber, a net violation.
Over the attack line. Is what they're going to call it. Again, I don't know what these celebrations on the side are. So it looks like the linemen are lining up here.
Do we have a tush push here?
Well, it might be a tush push.
Good dig there from Badri. Segui. Nicholson, oh my goodness, Nazir Francis.
So we're going to take another look at it here. Thankfully, we get another look at it. There's the replay going up there of Nazir Francis. So it looks like Jake Butt is hutting the ball.
Yep.
Brock McKenzie's going to be the one to take the snap. Oh, yeah. Paul Mann is going for the kick. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's a kick.
It's a field goal.
It's a field goal.
HSN detective crew on the scene and ready. That point goes in favor of Seneca as the block goes out of bounds. And another great name, Madi Bari here. Outside hitter, hailing from Toronto. Good dig from Blackmore. Over to McAlpine, my goodness, what a kill. Cross court, back corner, no chance for Seneca.
They used the McEyes to find the McCorner.
The Mc-X-ray vision.
Gosh, what am I gonna do? I can't say his name anymore. It's just so much fun.
You might McCry.
Exactly.
And that one goes out of bounds.
One thing's for certain, I haven't McFallen. I'm sorry, folks. We can cut it. As they would say, that's McNuff.
Uchenna Enoch now. That one's gentle, and it's Blackmore and the side-off who both tried to dig at that one.
Just a soft hit where it was kind of tailing towards Blackmore, but side-off, you know, he's the libero. He wants to be able to get that first ball to the setter.
And what we just saw there as a service error there on Seneca's part, we saw a conversation between a senior and a first-year player there.
Just discussing, you know, hey, if this happens again, I'll take the charge. Or, hey, if this happens, don't worry, I need to step in. Or I'll back off, something like that.
This Humber team is full of veterans. So many leaders. As great block there from Alec Loney. Another one for him. And another good block. Alec Loney, my goodness, he's everywhere. Josh Pereira comes up empty. So a much closer set here as Nazir Francis serves, and that's an ace. His second of the day.
They're having fun over there. They are having a lot of
Yeah, we do need a camera just on the bench.
I'm telling you,
true.
man. I'm telling you. Especially
We'll
for
set
the
up a
men's
stream. We'll set up a bench stream.
team. We need a bench cam, permanent bench cam.
Free ball for Humber there, dug by Gray Phillips. Oh, great set to Loney, but a better block from Pereira. Loney again will not be denied. Alec Loney into the backcourt with emphasis.
Now, what does the bench do now? They do nothing.
So head coach Matt Powell is more than familiar with witnessing Humber Hawks' dominance. I'm sure he greatly preferred it while being a part of the Humber bench. On the other side now is this second set's been a very different story to the first set. It was pure dominance for Humber in the first set. It finished 25-7. This one sits 13-9. Seneca actually took a lead at the beginning of the set, but it's been all Humber for the last little while, Zach.
Yeah, and it's just been the Hawks kind of playing with their food a little bit, if you want to put it that way. They started off the set very slow. You know, they thought maybe we could take our foot off the gas a bit. And then Seneca, they said, don't count us out. Yeah, we're still a good team.
Yep.
The Seneca Sting, they as you might want to say, they punched him in the face.
Yep.
And then Humber said, okay, hold on, we got to step back up here. And that was kind of it. Hey, maybe we don't need to play our best. Oh, hold on, maybe we do. And that's why they're back out on top here by 4.
And when you're getting into the playoff picture, obviously if Humber wins this one, they advance to the Final Four in the West Division. And the worst thing you can do when the season gets to this point is underestimate your opponent. Nazir Francis all smiles as he lines up on the service line here.
I don't hear that often.
And even the error not enough to wipe the smile off his face. But Seneca just down by 3 here with possession. Good dig from side off, and Nicholson, my goodness, whatever you want to call it, misdirection. He fakes the set and instead drops it right in between the Seneca Sting defenders. And now a gentle serve there. That one's dug by Seneca. And that is going to go out of bounds in favor of Humber as Congolo goes long.
And again, I don't know what this celebration is. I'm trying to figure it out.
Nicholson gently over the net. That one's handled by Bodge. And a good kill there from the captain, Josh Pereira. And Pereira serving now.
It's still only a 4-point game. This game is not out of the, or this set, I should say, not out of the wickets just yet.
Yeah, not out of reach. But Seneca's gonna have to be strong here. And McAlpine, my goodness.
He's so tall that when he winds up for the kill, it's deadly every single time. Look at this, winds up. Nobody home. That misdirection again coming through for the Hawks. Nobody's there for the block on the side of the Sting. Wow, what a start.
My goodness. Fine. I mean, just unreal from Michael McAlpine. You saw the set go up, and Alec Loney went up as well as the fake. But what a finish. And it seems like the Humber hitters just finding all of the open space on the court. number 12 there, Buffy Kongolo.
So, partner, I just got told some very
We got some breaking
big
news.
The women's volleyball scene. So there were only 2 teams that were undefeated in the women's volleyball scene. Humber Hawks in the west, the Seneca Sting in the east. I was just told by our photographer, Diego, the Conestoga Condors upset the Seneca Sting in the crossover game. I'm gonna go to the website to confirm it, and yes, they did. 3-1 set count. That is a major, major upset in the women's volleyball playoffs. Man, I cannot believe that.
Yeah, and many said that Seneca, other than Humber, was the team to beat. Their bid for a provincial championship is now over. Humber, the only undefeated women's team remaining in Ontario.
This is the set counts. Listen to this part. Conestoga 25-21 in the first, Seneca 25-19 in the second, 29-27 in the third, and then Conestoga put them to bed. It's mind-boggling because, again, if you've been following the OCAA women's volleyball scene all year long, you know how good Seneca has been. 18-0.
Dominant. Absolutely dominant.
And we'll get back to this game here. Again, the Hawks are up 17-12, but sorry, folks, just felt like we needed to break that news, especially if you're tuned in to hear this one.
Especially if you tuned into our last game where the women's team swept Loyalist to advance to the Final Four. Here is Alec Loney with the serve. That one's jugged by Pereira. Set up for Kongolo, my goodness. Buffy Kongolo, get excited, the ex-Humber hitter going high.
Great player, Kongolo right there.
Zach, I am still thinking about that upset just a little bit, but there's Kongolo with the serve, dug by Gray Phillips. McAlpine with the kill.
McAlpine just winds up, and it's a big kill every single time. Just the power out of the lefty.
And there's just so much strength on this Humber Hawks team. As we have some substitutions coming in here. Hewitt coming in for McAlpine.
I don't know if you noticed it or not. So Caleb Hewitt comes into the game. He had the microphone on because I guess we have some videographers trying to get some, footage and mics of the bench. Hewitt's coming onto the court. You had to take the mic off. You can't leave the mic on.
Maybe we've inspired that, Zach. You never know.
Maybe that was all because of us.
Oh, of course, yeah. Here's the serve here from Madi Bari. Number 19, all shoulders for Seneca. That was a strong serve right into the net. KGP getting ready with the serve now.
KGP's at the line here. Another good serve. Dug in the back.
And a big strike. And a bigger block from Humber. My goodness. Shutting down the power of Buffy Kongolo. Gray Phillips once again here. Strong serve, barely handled by the libero, and my goodness. Taven Blackmore sends that right back where it came from.
Big lefty swing in the Blackmore right there. Woo.
And once again, it seems like Padilla Small just kind of struggling with Humber's power here. As that KGP serve goes long. So 21-15, Humber now kind of been blown open after that last Seneca timeout. Here's the serve from Enoch. And Blackmore, great little poke over the net, and then a better block. They're gonna give the point to Seneca here. The block went out of bounds. I thought it might have hit off of the hand of Enoch before hitting the ground, but that is not the case. Enoch with the serve now, straight to the net for an error. So Humber 3 points away from taking a commanding 2-set lead into this one. Seneca is going to have to be just about perfect down the stretch as Paul Manna gets ready to serve. Paul Manna 6 service aces this year. And that's a good serve. That one's dug by Bari. And a good kill there from Josh Pereira.
Pereira comes up massive right there. Get a good point back and keep it close.
Substitutions coming in for Humber here as Caleb Hewitt and Nathan Yeager come in. The serve is long from Aiden Kilpatrick. As Segui comes in for side-off.
And Yeager, like you said, into the game now serving, trying to end this one.
Yeager, that serve low under the net.
Just a bit outside, as they say.
Captain Josh Pereira serving now for Seneca. Good dig from side off. Hewitt plays it off of the net. And it was a tough angle for Taven Blackmore. Unfortunately, it's not going to go his way. As Seneca putting together a little bit of a run here. Humber was up 7, now up just 4, but they're only 2 points away from closing out this set.
Yeah, you go on a little bit of a run here to try to close things off. Keep it competitive, you never know.
There's Pereira, dug by Blackmore. Hewitt over to Blackmore. Great block from Seneca. My goodness. Aiden Kilpatrick goes penguin sliding down the floor. To no avail, I might add.
Anything to get the point. Unfortunately, didn't go the way of Seneca there.
We'll take a replay on the slip and slide here from Aiden Kilpatrick.
Fun times, fun times.
And set point here, Taven Blackmore. Barely handled by Batilla Small again. Free ball for Humber. Segui, Hewitt, Blackmore, and that will be it. 2-0 for Humber. Taven Blackmore with the kill. 25-19 is your final in set number 2.
Making quick work of it. Look at this, Blackmore comes soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that he can't reach.
Taven Blackmore showing why he is 3rd in kills per set in the OCAA, 4th in points per set, 1st in aces per set. Taven Blackmore, the offensive catalyst.
And this isn't us saying because we're Humber, you know, commentators. It's just
stats don't lie.
It's stats. It's the stats. Taven Blackmore, he's had a great year all around, and he's really solidified himself as one of the best players in the OCAA. Extremely talented, extremely athletic, and it's hard not to have his name in that conversation when it comes to MVP.
And we talk about the offensive skill, but it's not just offensive for Taven Blackmore. Taven Blackmore, 64 digs on the season, 3rd on the team. So Blackmore, a two-way player, plays the back court and the front court. A jack of all trades. Certainly not a master of none.
Or master of all.
So Zach, I just noticed a bit of personnel change for Seneca in this 3rd and final set. I've mentioned a couple of times today that the libero, Kareem Padilla-Small, maybe struggling with the power a little bit. Well, I just double-checked. He's actually not listed as a libero. He's listed as an outside hitter. I just noticed number 4, Riley Murray, putting on the white libero suit here. I think he'll play the rest of the game at the libero spot.
I'm just trying to get a different face in to see how it looks.
Well, it wasn't necessarily working. You got the first set 25-7. The second set much better for Seneca, 25-19. But this would be a different game if Seneca was able to handle the power on Humber from the backcourt.
And I think that you put it perfectly right there. It's just been so much strength with these Humber Hawks hitters. Seneca, they haven't found the answer. They've been getting some answers back, and that's good, but there's no solidified answer when it comes to these heavy hitters for the Hawks.
So maybe number 4, Riley Murray, can be an answer for Seneca. We'll find out in this third and possibly final set, as the Hawks are looking to punch their ticket to the Final Four.
Again, this is the crossover matchups. Then next weekend they have the quarterfinals and the semis and that final.
Just another look at the stats there, and Kareem Padilla-Small actually leads his team in digs per set. He's got great stats, so maybe just a bit of an off day for him, as he's definitely more than a serviceable libero for Seneca here. He's had a pretty good season. Josh Nicholson showing off some footwork at the service line.
He gets away from you, so no. You gotta get in the back.
Sorry, coach. Sorry, coach.
Let me guess right back to it. Yep. So are we talking about Josh Nicholson, the volleyball player, or the soccer stud? I don't know. You tell me.
Should have been a part of the drive for 25.
Again, we have the ref here at the table, probably discussing the Super Bowl again.
Who do you got, Zach?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't. The ref's probably, asking, do I take the spread on Kansas City's side, or do I go with KC's money line? I don't know. Does Jalen Hurts throw over 175 yards on top of Travis Kelce having 5 catches? Who does Kendrick Lamar bring out into the halftime show?
Everyone getting funky down here at the Hawks Nest here.
Cha-cha slide always brings the mood up.
Yeah, both benches got in on that one. Always good to see, even in a twisted game. My goodness, what a save from Kyle Gray-Phillips. It's not gonna matter, unfortunately, as it goes off the rafters. How did he handle that? We'll take one more look at it here. Look at the power from Congolo.
That was impressive.
That was impressive, yeah. And if that hadn't gone off of the rafters, Humber would have kept that point alive. Here's Kilpatrick. He's had a good game here. Dug by Blackmore. That's set up for McAlpine. Gently over the net, and there is nothing more frustrating as a blocker than the little tip.
With age comes wisdom, and McAlpine is showing it. Getting older, it's getting smarter. Because before, you'd think just hit it as hard as you can, try to get through that block. That time just tips it over the block, beautifully faking the hit.
Sometimes finesse is the move. A good dig there from Murray. Saved by Nicholson. Over to McAlpine really nicely into the center of the court. Fitzpatrick up for Congolo. Oh my goodness, Congolo just long. And there's been a catalyst tonight here so far. That man right there, number 16, Taven Blackmore. A hitting percentage up at 36. Unbelievable.
Again, still the greatest sign. Greatest sign I've ever seen. 7 Blackmore. Shout out to the closed caption for YouTube. I don't know if we can get a camera or anything on it. It's in the front row. That great sign. I'm trying my best here. They're pointing at me. They are,
yes.
But
that
they're
dig from
showing
Murray
off.
just goes
They're
out of
holding it up.
bounds.
They're holding it up. Don't you worry, guys. I got you.
And a bit of a miscue there, but they're going to get away with it. My goodness. That kill like a gunshot into the backcourt.
Points right to it. Fantastic. Blackmore. Killing it.
Taven Blackmore bringing destruction from above. My goodness, sending bodies flying. You ever wonder if that hurts the net? You know?
Yeah.
It's coming at it with a lot of force. The net has feelings too, guys.
The net, the court, the wall, the bench.
Everything's leaving bruised and batters when the Hawks come to town. Good dig from Blackmore there. Great back set to McAlpine. My goodness, Murray flying into the wall. Tried to hit it behind the back. It didn't work. But what a back set from Josh Nicholson.
Fantastic. Nicholson, like you said, that back set, picture perfect. I mean, it sets up McAlpine beautiful.
There's Loney, strong over the net. Wow, almost saved. It was Pereira to Murray, but that just dribbles out of bounds. So a second serve for the big number 11. There it is, that one's stronger. Dug by Murray though, a good job by him again. Congolo, wow, what a kill. Going over the wall of Humber. Congolo's 4th kill on the day. So scoreboard says 6-3, Humber leads. As Opashansky. Another great back set to McAlpine from Richardson, and this is the second time we've seen this from this Seneca team. Nobody calls the ball.
And those are the hardest mistakes to overcome. It's just the mental ones, because it's a good first ball. It's towards the net. Is it a little bit too far forward? Maybe, but somebody still should be there, and it's just a tough break.
Michael McAlpine with an unbelievable serve into the backcourt. My goodness, impossible to handle as our PA announcer catches some contact, but
What's up, Osprey? What's up?
so 8-3, Humber leads as Seneca calls their first time out of the set. And Zach, this one's a little bit more reminiscent of the first set where Humber dominated, finishing 25-7. Cha-cha slide makes its way back in. And the Seneca bench not participating in the cha-cha slide this time. And we'll take one more replay of the McAlpine finesse shot. You can see number 1, Josh Pereira, just couldn't get under that. So your Hawks lead 8-3 in this, what might be the 3rd and final set of Seneca's season.
Sorry, folks, just enjoy the cha-cha slide. Got a little away from it there. I was hitting the moves. My lord, that's the best dancing I've done in 10 years.
Great dig there from McAlpine. Josh Nicholson climbs the ladder for the finish.
That was elite.
He was floating. So McAlpine, we've seen a couple of unbelievably strong serves from the big man today. We'll see what this one has, and the power was there, but just a little long from number 4.
Talked about how McAlpine told me before game, he's coming in under the weather, the flu game maybe. He's doing just that. 7 kills, leads the team. Fantastic job today on number 4.
You might have called that one early, eh, Zach?
Hey man, everybody's had the flu game. Kobe, MJ, I'm sure.
LeBron never had a flu game.
I'm sure he did.
I'm sure he would have told somebody. So that point going in favor of Humber, 10-4 now. A 6-point lead as Paul Manna comes in for Kyle Gray Phillips.
Well, hey, man, you got to throw great names in that flu game, you know? Like I said, Kobe, Michael Jordan, Michael McAlpine, come on. All greats.
All the great Mikes. Great serve from Manna, my goodness. Kilpatrick up for Congolo. It is long. And Buffy Congolo struggling a little in this one. Just 4 kills on the day, and we'll replay that last play as it was a strong shot from Congolo, just long.
It was a good swing. It was just did not get on top of it. It was a little bit under.
Manna goes for a softer approach that time and an obvious lift from Uchenna Enoch as that point goes Humber's way. And Paul Manna now serving his 3rd point in pretty quick succession here.
What about this thing on the other side?
Manna's got a couple of serves in his toolbox. That one, the stronger one, can't be handled by Josh Pereira. Now, Zach, this is where things get interesting. Paul Manna has a couple of different serves in his bag. We're not going to find out for a little while because Seneca just called a timeout. But when we get back,
we will find out.
I'm interested to see whether Paul Manna goes for a strong serve or whether he goes for a directional finesse shot. As LaMelo Ball makes, LiAngelo Ball makes an appearance in the Hawks Nest here.
LaMelo.
Oh, there's only 3 of them. I'm sorry.
There's only 3 of them. They all start with L.
Yeah.
And end with Ball.
They're not the most creative of fathers, LeVar, but
you know,
they've made a lot of money.
I'm impressed that he made this song. It's become such a hit.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's become this much of a hit.
Good for him.
But
good for him.
It is a song.
It is a tune.
Yes. Yep. Personally, I drive a 4-wheel drive car. I am not swerving any corners. No woe out here.
The only woe I do out here is to Cody Rhodes when he enters a building.
So a 13-4 Humber leads. If my math is correct, currently on a 7-2 run. Please don't rewind and quote me. And here's Paul Manna serving his 4th point. Good run for Manna, who came on to replace Kyle Gray Phillips. And it's a strong serve, my goodness. That is a bullet. Those are so hard to get under.
So I don't know if you noticed that the tail end of the serve, you put a little bit more topspin on the ball if you're Manna. He does that, the tail end of the serve, instead of it just falling gracefully, it's spinning down, it'll just drop down like it's a curveball in baseball that just drops off.
Really aggressively loses any forward momentum. And here's another one. Down a little more traditional. Kilpatrick, a nice set for Mani Bari. The point's gonna go in favor of Humber as the kill was out of bounds, but it was a good set from Kilpatrick.
Look at all the space right here in the front. If Manna can soft hit one right here in front of that attack line, that's gonna be a point.
And we know he can, and that is exactly what happened. Good call, Zach. Across. Padilla Small was a good strike. Long for McAlpine. My goodness, the rangy lefty finishes strong.
Again, just so much power with the left because his jump, his windup, because he's so tall, it's so much power comes from behind it. He finds his 8th kill of the game, and my God, what a day he's had.
And now Manna serving his 6th consecutive serve. Seneca's really got to be careful as some high emotions on the Sting's side of the court right now. A good save. It's a free ball for Humber. What a set, my goodness. Josh Nicholson. And if you're a defender, I have no idea how you can predict what Josh Nicholson's going to do next. You sure can't. I sure can't.
Yep, nope, can't tell you. What impresses me the most is he backsets Paul Manna, who just comes attacking from behind that line. And look at the score right now. Humber 17-4.
Yeah. And Manna's 7th consecutive serve now. And it's another good serve. Kilpatrick up for Padilla Small. Humber's gonna get the point. Gonna call a net violation on Kareem Padilla Small. So an 8th consecutive serve for Paul Manna.
His run started, this was a 10-4 game. This was a 10-4 game when Manna started his run.
Yeah.
And it has been perfection.
Unreal.
For 8 straight points. And it finally comes to an end.
It had to end at some point, partner. It had to end at some point.
You know what they say, all good things must come to an end, and that's, unfortunately for Paul Manna, that's what that was. Something good coming to an end.
And unfortunately for Seneca, it seems like this set might be winding its way down as well, as Humber a commanding 13-point lead. Padilla Small, though, what a great serve. Wow, what a dig from Paul Manna, my goodness. Across to Blackmore! What a finish, Taven Blackmore!
We've been talking about Michael McAlpine all game long and what he's been able to do. You forget that Blackmore can just unleash one like that.
My goodness. Getting the crowd on their feet is Taven Blackmore. Nazir Francis knew that he was in trouble as soon as he tossed that ball into the air. He could see it on his face. He knew it was the wrong angle. So 19-6, still a 13-point lead for Humber here. Serving is Harish Yoganathan. Yoganathan gently dug by Manna. Oh my goodness, Alec Loney right into the wheelhouse. And it's starting to look easy for Humber.
Only 5 away from taking this and punching their ticket to the quarterfinals.
Yeager with the serve here. Great serve! Nathan Yeager, his 8th service ace of the season. And none bigger than that one as Humber 4 points away now. Yeager, that serve goes wide left this time.
4 away like you said. Wow, what a start it has been.
So the first set, 25-7, Humber won. The second set, 25-19. Right now, 21-7, so a significant step backwards for Seneca here. 2 step forward, 1 step back. There's the set for Blackmore. Off the blockers and out of bounds.
Yeah, 22 now. 3 away. It's just been, when you have the Humber Hawks clicking on all cylinders like they are today, this is kind of what is going to happen. And it's not to discredit the Sting coming in, because again, they had a good season, but it's just Humber Hawks, they have so much depth, they have so much talent, is that when they're not making mistakes and they're forcing mistakes onto you, like Blackmore just did.
Unreal, what a service ace, my goodness.
But when they're forcing mistakes onto you and they're not making any, this is what can happen, because they're a talented group. They have so much depth, so much talent, and it's a scary, scary team.
23-7 serving here, and it's going to be a service violation. Don't see that very often. Certainly not from Taven Blackmore.
Yeah, not at all really from Blackmore.
Josh Pereira, Seneca in a serious hole here. And that is going to take us to game point. 24-8. And it's number 11, Alec Loney, who dominated in the first set. There's the serve, dug by Pereira. Set up for Bari, there you go. Seneca gets 1 back. Madi Bari.
Yeah, they stay alive here for now, and can't give it away too much yet. Seneca, they understand that. Just got to keep playing their game.
Yeah, Seneca at least wants to put up a fight here in this third set. Humber looking much too comfortable. There's the serve, dug by Blackmore. Great set to Mana, but a better block. Courtesy of Horatio Jonathan.
Not out of the wickets yet.
Replay on that last block there.
He was going up swinging. Mana
Yeah,
got all that too.
Yeah. So once again, Openshansky. Dug by Sideoff. Blackmore to Mana again, and that will be it. 25-10. Your Humber Hawks sweep the Seneca Sting 3 sets to nothing and will advance to the Final Four once again.
Yeah, Humber will go on into the quarterfinals next weekend. But what a day it was for Humber Volleyball. 6 sets, 6 wins. And they punch their tickets to more action next weekend. And again, we will continue to monitor this playoff picture as it dwindles down. But what a day it was. And we're just going to wait here for the player of the game. Waiting for that player of the game announcement. And I called it, Michael McAlpine. What a day he had. The flu game. He comes in under the weather, doesn't matter. He says, I'm gonna win it for the boys. That's exactly what he does.
That is all from us tonight from the Hawks Nest. Your Humber Hawks sweep the Seneca Sting 3 sets to nothing. That is gonna be all from us. I'm Will Shukri, joined here by Zach Benoit. Thank you for joining us. Good night from Toronto.